Hi everybody, welcome to a special edition of Rounding Third. It's Jeff Hem here with you at First Horizon Park with Rick Sweet. Feels good to say it again, Rick. The Milwaukee Brewers are back. The Sounds once again are the AAA affiliate for the Milwaukee Brewers. You were here as part of that previous affiliation in 2014. You were recently named once again as Brewers AAA manager. It is now official. The Brewers and Sounds are back together. How does it feel?
We are very excited, and not only me personally, but the entire organization. You know, we've had a lot of continuity. A lot of people are still with the Brewers that were here before with the previous group that when we were in Nashville, and we could not be more excited to be back in this beautiful city, this beautiful facility, and working with people like you.
That 2014 season was your first year joining Milwaukee. You've been the Brewers AAA manager ever since, so we would see you as a visiting manager come through Colorado Springs and then San Antonio, and I would always see you walk out from the dugout before the game and you were waving to people in the stands. The ushers remembered you. I mean, I know it's easy to say, but I feel like this place, this city, and this spot has meant a lot to you personally. I know you individually are really excited about this.
I really am. I think the year that I had here in 2014, which was the last year of the old ballpark, and let's face it, the old ballpark had some problems, but we had fun. I mean, the fans here are tremendous, and they still are tremendous. Now they come out in droves in this beautiful facility, but for me, it's my type of people. They're baseball people, they're fun, they come to the ballpark with a smile on their face, and we as an organization, we relish that. We like that, and for us, if I were to pick a place that I wanted to be, this not only because of the facility, but the city, the state, the people, the fans, this is like a dream come true for me. A great place for me to maybe finish my career, because I have been in it a year or two, and become a home for me.
30 years, in fact, as a minor league manager. A lot of it, as we said, most recently with Milwaukee, but they're not your only organization over the years. How would you describe some of the keys to your longevity? Because you have adapted and adjusted and improved, and I know your energy level. You treat this like it's year one for you.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the easiest way to put it is I have fun every day at the ballpark. You know, I walked in today and it's just like energy just starts going through my body. My blood starts pumping and I'm thinking, this is fun. I love being here. I have players, this will be my 47th year in professional baseball, and I have players, you know, especially the last 4 or 5 years, Sweetie, are you retirement? I said, look, when you guys quit making this fun for me, I said, then I'll think about retire. So blame yourself. I'm back because you guys make it fun. So, and I have adjusted. Let's face it, you hit that. I've adjusted. The game is different, not better, not worse, just different than when I started the game.
The staff that is going to be around you this year, we're also excited about. I know you're excited about it. You've been with many of them for a while. Al LaBeouf will be the hitting coach. He was here before in the previous Sounds Brewers affiliation. Jim Henderson pitched for the Sounds, got to the big leagues as a Sound to Brewer back in 2012. He'll be the pitching coach. You've been with Ned Yost, the fourth now, for several years. Andrew Emick is back as strength coach. Lanning Tucker's the athletic trainer. Give us a sense of the group that you've got and how you guys are heading into this season.
Well, I know as a group, we were all very excited. And that's no knock on San Antonio or Colorado Springs, where we've spent the last 6 years. But it's just the fact that this is always, people in the game have always associated the Brewers with Nashville. It's because I think they were here about 10 years.
Yes.
It was a long relationship. They won some championships. I've always felt like, even though I was only here 1 year, this is where we belonged. Emick loves this. It's his favorite city. I mean, he's from Louisville. But when you mention Nashville, he perks up. Jim Henderson loved playing here. He's very happy to be back. Ned Yost the fourth. Never has been here. He's traveled in as a visiting coach, but he's very excited to be. I just think overall, we as the Brewers, and that's the entire organization, our coordinators, people that have been in the organization have always felt we belonged and in Nashville, and we're back.
Yeah. A lot of fans who have followed the Sounds for a while are excited about this because they think back and they remember Ryan Braun and Prince Fielder and Ricky Weeks and Corey Hart and Giovanni Gallardo. All those guys came through. The Brewers, with a lot of those names, had a couple of different postseason appearances. A lot of new names are now involved, but if you look at what the current Brewers have been the last couple of years, almost all of them have come through with you in the previous stops. I mean, Woodruff and Burns and Hira and Arcia. So I think for Sounds fans, some new names to get reacquainted with, but to know again that the player development for the Brewers is as important as ever.
It is. Now, you know, we if you look at the rankings in Baseball America, they don't rank our minor league system very high, and then they stop because we've got some areas that we still have a lot of strength. We traded 5 players to get Christian Yelich. He's not a bad player.
No, he's okay.
We're not afraid to make moves if we have to, and our minor leagues have allowed us to make those trades and make moves like that. We have some very exciting young guys that we probably will see this year. We have a catcher, Feliciano, that we think is going to be, he's young, which I'm always excited to get catchers because that's what I played. We've got some left-handed pitchers that may not start the season here, but they're going to be here probably before the year's out. And the Brewers have been in the playoffs 3 years in a row. Now, last year, obviously with COVID, everything was different. That being said, we go out and we sign young 6-year free agents that can play the game. And we'll have a lot of those guys here in the organization because we don't have room at the major league level. We move guys. You know, we're an organization that moves people to the big leagues and back to AAA, but in doing that, players want to sign with us. We just signed Zimmerman. You know, here's a veteran guy that's coming back. I don't know if we'll see him, but we very well may see a guy like that here. Mm-hmm. And a guy like that's willing to do that because he knows the Brewers do move people. They're not afraid to bring guys up. And we have this facility. We have this place. This is a place that 6-year free agents will look at, say, yeah, the Brewers are great. They play their people. They move their people. They're not afraid. But look at their AAA. It's the best or one of the best in all of AAA. It's a place they want to be. So this has made it much easier for us to sign those quality free agents. So we're going to have a good combination of guys that'll help our major league club, have big league experience, play the game the right way. We're very good at making sure we sign quality people. We don't sign the guys that are going to be bad in the public or bad, you know, to the fans. Mm-hmm. We sign good baseball people, play the game the right way, and we've got some young talent coming up. I think we've had a winning record every year since I've left here. We've been in the playoffs 2 or 3 times. We're an organization that believes in developing winners, and that's what we do at the AAA level.
You'll be at spring training soon. Major League Baseball and AAA both planning to start on time.
Yep.
So we're less than a couple of months away, which is really exciting. I know what 2020 turned out to be from the affiliate perspective, a lost year. We know, hearing from the fans, they can't wait for baseball to come back. Give us a sense from the on-field side, because most of the players that you'll have here in Nashville on opening day probably didn't play somewhere last year. If they weren't at the alternate training site or they didn't have some version of the adjusted instructional league, it was a devastating year for their careers. I've got to think the motivation is going to be at an all-time high.
Without a doubt. A lot of the Latin players went home and played. We sent 3 or 4 players out to independent leagues that played. Sugarland played, Northwoods, there were several that played. We allowed some of our minor league players at the upper levels to go play also. We got as many people some work as that we could. I talk to guys all the time that cannot wait to get back to playing games and get back to the game. And we'll do anything. You know, with the protocols, it's going to be different. Mm-hmm. You know, we're in the clubhouse now. We're not sure if we're going to be able to use every locker in this clubhouse because we don't know for sure where the protocols and what we're going to do in the game. But it doesn't matter. Whatever they decide, we'll do it with a smile on our face because we're going to be able to get back out on that field out there and play baseball.
I feel like for a lot of people, it's going to be emotional to get back out there. How do you feel about it?
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I said it probably 10, 20 times during this off season, if this is what retirement is, I want no part of it. I went to instructional league. I was fortunate enough they had me go to instructional league for 6 weeks. We had 90 players, staff there. We had no problems. We had two checks, 2 COVID tests a week. Nobody complained. Everybody was happy to be there. You know, we used to sit around the clubhouse and talk, and we got to the ballpark, we got dressed, bang, we went outside, we ate under tents, and we've talked about that here, putting tents up so guys can get food and go outside to be outside in the open air as much as possible. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We just want to get back. But it told me just how much I love the game and how much I miss the game. I can't imagine these kids that their whole career's ahead of them, and they missed a year, and for some of them it could be career ending because of how the numbers are going to work out.
I feel like for you, knowing you a little bit as I've gotten to over the years too, you're all about the interaction, fans,
yes.
front office, the players. So I know for you, I can just feel the energy. You're ready to go.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, I come back here and the mascot and I are best friends. I'd walk out in the wrong uniform and he'd come over and look at me and give me a hug, you know, and people didn't know that I'd been here before think, what the heck's he hugging him for? That's what this game's all about, getting to see the kids. And I'm going to miss that this year. If we start the season without autograph signings, and which is probably going to happen, we're all going to have to live with that. It's going to have to be a wave and a smile, and that's going to have to be good enough for a while. But we're going to get through this. It's like everything else as Americans. We get through. You put something in front of us, you challenge us, we're going to win that challenge. We're going to make it work. And for me, it's going to be short-lived. We're going to look back on this and think, man, that was a tough time, but we got through it, and now we're back to more normal baseball.
Well, it's exciting to think too that First Horizon Park and the Sounds are planning to have fans come opening day, reduced capacity, but fans, which is exciting. And as you observed the game last year, even though the minor league season as we know it didn't happen, did you get the sense that once games got started, once the players got out there, it, relatively speaking, was normal on the field, that they could kind of do their thing, even though you know with empty stadiums or mostly empty stadiums, it's not going to be fully the same, but they could at least play the game again?
Yeah, and I think they did a good job of it. Some guys handled it much better than others. But that being said, there's nothing like the fan base. There's nothing like the energy and the excitement and what people, you know, what the fan base can bring to the game. So, yes, we got through it. I thought the players did a good job. Like I said, some better than others. But that being said, they want the fans in the stands. They want that interaction because we draw energy from the fans. And when you have fans like we have here in Nashville, I know that. I hated being the opposing guy coming in because I could feel it like, okay, we got to calm this down. We can't let the fans get too excited here. Now I'm into, okay, now we can get them pumped up. It helps. It makes it a lot more fun to be at the ballpark with fans in the stands. Even at diminished capacity, we're going to be fine. Whatever we have here is going to be more energy and a help to us.
Well, we're excited. Can't wait. Baseball is coming. We're glad to have you and the Brewers here in Nashville. I know you're excited, and here's to a great season ahead.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to spending a lot of time with you and seeing all my friends based here in Nashville, fans, ushers, everybody. I'm excited.
There you have it. The Brewers and Sounds are back together. Rick Sweet is back. Nashville Sounds baseball in 2021 is coming up soon. Thanks for joining us today on a very special edition of Rounding Third.